Hello everyone. Today I am here with the revision of economic chapter number 2, people as resource. Dear students, in this chapter we had already discussed the importance of human resources, the role of education and health in human capital formation, types of activities, market activities, non-market activities, quality of human population in the form of education and health. As we discussed earlier, people as a resource is a way of referring to a country's working people in terms of their existing productive skill and abilities. How these human resources are different from other resources as land and capital. Land and other resources are fixed, limited and specified, whereas human resources can be nurtured through education and health. Other resources like land and physical capital are fixed and limited. But if we provide the facility of education and health to human resource, we can take a great advantage of human resources. Human resources can bring a change in other resources, whereas other resources cannot change or affect human resource. With knowledge and skill, human resources can bring a change in other resources such as land, physical capital and other resources. But these resources cannot bring any change in human resources. Human resources can make use of land and physical capital, whereas land and physical capital cannot become useful on its own. Human resources can use other resources, can make use of other resources, but these other resources, they cannot be useful by itself. So this way we can say that human resources are very important Now we will see the role of education in human capital formation. Educated people can earn more than uneducated people. It is obvious that those who are educated, because of their knowledge, because of their skill and abilities, they are able to earn than uneducated one. Literate population is an asset for the economy. Literate people are an asset for any country, while uneducated people, they are the responsibility, they are the liability for economy. Education leads to higher productivity. In this chapter, we discuss the story of Sakal and Vilas. Indeed, we discussed that because of education, Sakal is able to earn more. He is able to get the good job. On the other hand, due to the lack of education, Vilas is not able to earn enough. So, education leads to higher productivity for the person. Education opens new avenues for a person. Because of education, person can do the work of his own choice. On the other hand, without education, the person has to do only labor work. Education contributes in the growth of society. Education is not only helpful for the growth of individual, but it also helpful for the growth of the society. Education enhances income, culture richness and efficiency of the people. Because of education, the person is able to contribute more in national income and is able to contribute more in the culture richness of the country. Now we will see the role of health in human capital formation. Healthier people have higher productivity because the health of person helps him to realize his potential and the ability to fight illness. In the story of Sakal and Vilas, Vilas was not able to get a good medical treatment in his childhood. So he was not able to do hard work. He was selling a fish like his family member and not able to earn enough for him. On the other hand, Sakal, he was a healthy one. So because of his health and education, he is able to earn enough for him. Healthier people can fight well against illness. Only on the other hand, unhealthy people become liability for economy. Health improve the quality of life. Healthy person is able to do work in a proper and efficient way. Because of good health condition, people are able to do work in proper manner, in efficient manner. Healthy person make a greater contribution to society as compared to unhealthy person. At the last, due to good health condition, person is able to earn more and can do more hard work. So these are the advantages of healthier person for the society. Now we are going to discuss the classification of activities. All of you have idea about this classification. Activities are classified into three categories: primary, secondary and tertiary sector. Primary sector include agriculture, forestry, animal husbandry, fishing, poultry farming and mining. These activities are included in primary sector. Manufacturing and construction work are included in secondary sector. Trade, transport, communication, banking, education, health, tourism service, insurance, etc. are included in tertiary sector. In this chapter, we also discuss difference between economic activities and non-economic activities. Economic activities means a human activity related to production and consumption of goods and services for economic gain. These activities are done for the production purpose and for the consumption of goods and services for economic gain. We can call these economic activities as market activities also. These market activities add value to the national income. These activities are measured in monetary terms. On the other hand, non-market activities, these activities are performed gladly with the aim of providing services to others without any regard to monetary gain. These non-market activities do not add any value to the national income because these are performed only for self-consumption. And these activities are not measured in monetary terms. Then after we discussed that education and health are two determinants of quality of population. Here, first we will see how health plays important role we discussed two examples. The example of Sakal and Vilas. Sakal got education in initial year of his life, so because of it, he is able to get the advantage in the coming years. On the other hand, Vilas didn't get education, so in coming years he was suffering. So here I would like to discuss that education is important input for the growth of individual and for the growth of society. Education open new horizon and provide new aspiration and develop values for the life. Government spending lot of money to provide education to the people of our country. Because of the effort of government, day by day the literacy rate of our country is increasing. Even to increase the literacy rate, government started Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan SSA with the aim to provide quality of education to the people, to the children of our country. So we can say that education play important role in the growth of any individual. An educated people can get benefit of the education and even can contribute in the growth of the society. With this, I would like to conclude my today's lecture. Inshallah, I will complete the remaining revision of the chapter in next part. Thank you very much for your cooperation.